Hey, it's Brian Stillman at CES 2020. We're walking the floor today, and I'm in the United States Postal Service booth. I mean, it's huge. It's hard to really call it a booth. It takes up just tons of square footage. It's really cool. You wouldn't think the Postal Service would have high technology, but actually it's a really high-tech operation.
We are.
I'm here with Bob. He's going to tell us about some of the new innovations that the Postal Service can bring to you.
All right. Thanks, Brian. One of the things we're focusing on here today is our new informed delivery feature that we offer. Every morning, the Postal Service images all the mail that we process to facilitate getting it to our consumers. What we've started doing is sending pictures of those pieces to consumers who are getting it. So every morning via email, we send 17 million emails out with images to people just like you, so you can see what's coming in the mail later that day.
How does that improve things in the sense that, normally I go through my day and whatever mail's going to show up is going to show up, and I hope the package I'm looking for is there today, maybe it shows up tomorrow. Why introduce something like this? Why go through that extra step?
So mostly for consumer convenience. We send these emails out between 7 and 9 a.m. every morning in your local time zone. So if there's something coming in the mail that you need to be aware of or plan your day around, you don't have to wait till you get home at the end of the day. You see it first thing. Also, for any packages you're getting, no more keying in long tracking numbers. They're automatically at the bottom of those messages, so as soon as we know about a package, you know about a package.
What sort of technology is involved in doing that? That seems like a lot of work on the Postal Service's side to get pictures and emails of every single piece of mail. I mean, I can't even imagine the volume of content that generates.
So we've been imaging the mail for about 20 years. It's how we make sure it gets to you from one side of the country to the other in 3 days. What we've started doing is just applying the technology we've been using for a purpose that better serves you as a recipient of the mail. So behind the scenes, it's nothing new. It's just a new application of something we've been doing for a long time.
How do people sign up for this? How do you get the email and get this service to people?
So you can go to our website, go to USPS.com. You can sign up in a post office, or you can sign up via our mobile app. We ask you to verify your identity because it's important that we make sure only you are seeing your email. But after you do that, within 24 hours, you'll start getting the messages.
Is anything else done now in terms of consumer privacy? I know that's a big concern for people, especially the idea of giving an email address to what is a government agency. What's the email used for besides this service? Anything?
So all we do today is show you the pictures of your mail. Privacy is very important to us. We've been protecting your mail for 243 years. We're going to protect your email just the same way.
Very cool. It seems like a really super cool, convenient service. I get a ton of packages and a ton of mail because I'm an inveterate collector, so I have all sorts of eBay stuff being sent to me all the time. Now, I know there's another service that the post office is offering where your address, your physical address, can follow you around. That's not quite exactly what it is. Your house isn't literally following you. Explain that to me.
So we're just starting. It's a pilot program. As you said, privacy is very important to people. What we're doing is we're going to take the address off the front of the envelope. We're going to let you use your email to be mailable. So come to our website, put in your email address, get a code. That becomes your physical address. No address line 1, no city, no state. Nothing about your personal information will have to show up on the front of the envelope, but your mail will still get to you.
So I'm mailing a package to you. Normally I would write, Bob, 111 Center Street, wherever, United States.
Right.
What would I be writing now?
So in the future, you'll still write Bob. You'll have gone to our website because I've opted in for this service. I'll have said that you have the option to use this address for me. You'll get back from our website just 8 letters and numbers that represents everything about me. You'll write that on the box and you'll drop it in the mail.
Will I have to go to a website, or is that a code you'll have? Like if I could say, hey Bob, I need to mail you this thing, what's your address? Can you just give me that code?
Both will be available. So our aim is to make it as convenient for you as possible. If you want to go to the website, you can get a unique one, or you'll have one that's permanent for you forever.
So the upshot of this is no matter how many times you move, you'll always have that code, and I can always just mail something to that code and it'll get to you. No more mail being sent to your old address, no more any of that, especially if you do the permanent code where it's just going to follow you forever.
Absolutely. Everyone is really mobile, and we want to make it easy for you to continue to get those packages, those pieces of mail. So one code is all you'll have to remember, and that's all you'll ever have to use.
That's really, really cool and convenient. When I live in New York City. When I first moved to New York, I think every year or two I moved to a new apartment because rents would keep going up. And now, 20-something years later, I still have pieces of mail that show up at probably the third apartment I lived in. It's ridiculous. I don't even want to think about what I've missed over the years. So something like that I could see being really, really cool. These days people are moving around a lot. That's a great service. You said it's in a pilot program. How close are we to seeing that actual sort of full rollout?
So we're testing it in Northern Virginia right now. We'll begin expanding the market this spring. And if all goes well, within 12 months, so maybe April a year from now, we'll be out nationally.
Is there a cost to the service? Is it a free service?
This is a free service for consumers.
Wow, very, very cool. United States Post Office continuing to innovate. Like you said, 200 and some odd years of getting the mail to us, and they're still coming up with new ideas. Very, very cool. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Great information. Stick around. We'll be bringing you more CES 2020 coverage throughout the day. I'm Brian Stillman with BeTerrific. We'll be back.